What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. Today we're going to talk about something that's a little different. I don't think I've ever talked about it before. Marijuana and bodybuilding. Now, for me, those two do not mix. Not even slightly. So let's back up for a second. There are two different types of people that smoke marijuana. There are the ones that, you know, they get high and then you see them and their eyes are fine and they're not acting fucked up and they can drive a car and they're fucking at work fucking crunching numbers and shit and they're fine. Then there's me, okay? What I do is I sit on a fucking couch. Time pretty much stops, okay? I think I'm there for 5 hours. It's been 3 minutes. And I get stupid. I'm like completely dumb. Like I can't figure out how to work a remote control. Can't figure out how to get to the bathroom because I don't know where it is in my own fucking house. Just fucking stupid. So there's no reason that I should be smoking marijuana. I can't really sleep on it because I get nervous. I get paranoid. It's a fucked up situation. So for me, it's just not a good thing. And I haven't done anything like that in... been 15 years or something like that to begin with. Now, there's been debate, obviously, in the medical community. There's a million things that it can be used for. Darren Drozdov, who is a former WWE professional wrestler named Droz was his name. He was part of the Legion of Doom. He was like that third kickstand in the Legion of Doom for a while. Was wrestling D'Lo Brown, and he broke his neck and was paralyzed from the neck down. Now, at this point in time, he gets these tension headaches. He can't walk. I guess he's got movement in his hands. But marijuana is the only thing that they have found. I mean, talking painkillers like opiates and all kinds of shit. Marijuana is the only thing that they found can relieve the headaches in them. So, I mean, there's definitely some things. I mean, they give it to cancer patients. It's been legalized now, decriminalized. I mean, they're finding out now that it's not as, you know, the death toll. You know, you're not going to go insane and kill people and fucking, your lungs are not going to fall out 2 weeks after you start smoking weed. But there was definitely a point in time where I've heard of people where they couldn't eat enough to bulk, which back in the day, bulking was like you just got fat and then, you know, put on some muscle with it and dieted it off. And it was just gaining fat, losing fat fucking bullshit that went on from the off-season to contest. But they would, I actually knew one guy who would smoke weed, and because he was dieting, he would actually just open a fucking can of protein powder and hold it like in his arm and fucking take a spoon and fucking eat the protein powder directly out of the can because he wasn't supposed to have, you know, any kind of food that, you know, macro-wise wouldn't fit his diet, and he wanted something chocolatey, and he couldn't have candy or anything, so he would just eat the chocolate protein out of the can. I mean, that was his thing, and he was a big motherfucker, don't get me wrong, but, you know, I think it had more to do with genetics than the fact that he was eating protein powder. I do remember a time, here's where a little story time takes place. There was a time I had a friend, a good friend, who was like, you know, and he took steroids, and he worked out, and he did, you know, his shit, and he was, I wouldn't even say he was super serious. I'd say he was kind of serious about training and stuff. And, you know, he used to tell me, he's like, dude, you got to try fucking smoking weed and going to the gym and training. And I was like, this is the dumbest fucking idea I've ever heard. I don't think I should do this. He's like, no, I'm telling you, here's what happens. He's like, you get high, and then everything gets, like, real quiet around you. Like, you know when you get sick? And in my head, I'm like, yeah, when I get sick and my head's clogged, I actually have a pretty good workout because I can't hear anything. I'm just stuck in my own head training. I actually feel pretty good when I'm sick and I go work out. He said, yeah, you know, that happens. He goes, but you can focus when you're smoking weed differently than when you're off of it. Now, in my head, I'm like, focus. Like, I can't sit down and fucking read the cartoon fucking funny pages out of the goddamn fucking Sunday paper, let alone fucking read a book and focus, right? Like, I can't even focus on fucking turning the wheel while I drive, but I'm going to focus on not dropping 400 pounds on my head. Okay, so what do? I give it and say, okay, this is probably a good idea. Now, at the same time, I had read in a forum, my buddy Vander, this is another good one, Vander had gone to the bar on like a Saturday afternoon with his buddies, and he forgot that he didn't train arms that week. Now, how the fuck you forget to train arms? Like, you're like, oh, I missed a workout. I completely forgot about it. Most people are regimented enough. They don't forget. They just fucking don't go. They just say, fuck it, I'm not going. But he forgot. He was like 5 or 6 beers deep at the bar and was like, fuck, I got to go work out. So he actually finished that last beer that he was drinking, went to the gym, did arms, and said he had the fucking best workout. Massive arm pump, felt great, said he could just train forever. Now, whether or not that's true or that's just how he perceived it is something completely different, but, you know, he swore up and down. He's like, this one guy tell me weed is good to train, I got this other guy tell me fucking alcohol is good to train. I'm sitting there going, okay, you know, these are drugs and I use other anabolics and stuff, so what the fuck? Maybe these have performance-enhancing purposes. So I decide I'm going to go ahead and get high and go to the gym. So I do. I smoke some weed. This is like 15 years ago. And I go to the gym, and I put my stuff in my locker, and I didn't put a lock on it. And back then, I used to wear a fanny pack, a hip sack. Yes, that was the thing back then. In the fanny pack had your wallet, your keys, you know, your bottle of Nubane, you know, shit like that. So I'm downstairs training in the gym, and I'm like, you know what, I don't feel good. Like, I feel like, you know, I'm kind of looking around like everybody's staring at me. I'm like, I don't feel good. I'm not getting a good pump. Like, I can't focus. Like, I feel like I'm going to fucking just spaz out right now. I got to get the fuck out of here. So I'm like, fuck this. So I kind of run up the stairs. In the gym, you had to go up a flight of stairs, then across where the cardio stuff was, and then down a flight of stairs on the other side, which went to the locker room. So I go up the stairs, across, down the stairs, into the locker room. I open my fucking locker. I grab my jacket, and I look, and my fanny pack is fucking gone. Now, I mean, I'm high. So now I'm like, holy shit, my keys, my money, fucking my Nubane, everything's fucking gone. Holy shit, who the fuck would have took my fanny pack? Fuck. So I go to the front desk, all high and shit, and I tell the guy, I said, hey man, somebody stole my fanny pack out of the lockers. So the guy looks at me and says, Jerry, did you put a lock in your locker? I mean, he knew. I was like, no, man. I said, but this is fucking World Gym. Nobody does that shit here. He's like, man, you know, we're not responsible for that shit. Like, if, you know, and I'm arguing with, like, it doesn't matter if you're responsible, like my fucking car keys and da-da-da-da-da. And as I'm talking to this guy, being really upset, but not mad, I'm not ready to kill this guy or anything. I'm just trying to get him to see it my way that it's a fucked up situation. And this guy comes up and puts his arm across my shoulder and goes, hey, somebody left this on the floor downstairs, and puts a fanny pack down right above my shoulder, boom, right in front of me. And I look down, and the guy I was working at the gym goes, is that your fanny pack? I was like, So I open it up, and I said, yeah, it's mine. I was like, oh, he goes, is everything in there? I said, yeah. I said, fuck. I said, somebody must have stolen it out of my fucking locker. When they realized it was mine, like, that guy was some big badass or something, they fucking left it downstairs. But in my head, I knew. So I'm like, all right, cool, man, thanks. And I take it, and I get out of that. I go sit in the car in the parking lot, and I'm like, what happened was I was fucking training, doing like triceps, and the hip sack got in the way. So I took the fucking thing off and put it on the fucking floor in front of the cable machine, which is where the guy found it, which is where I was working out. And I forgot it there because I was fucking high. So not only did I make a dick out of myself, but I gave myself a fucking good scare. I was all flipped out. I didn't have a good workout the rest of the day, because after you come down from marijuana, for me, I just don't feel good. I feel kind of sick. I don't feel good at all. So I basically ruined the day, made myself look like an asshole, scared myself, and then realized, okay, this is not for me. So maybe some people can pull this shit off, but this is not for me. The beer thing I never tried, because I'm just not, you know, I like beer with wings. Like, that's my big thing. I like cold beer with wings or cold beer with pizza, which I don't drink anymore because I'm straight edge. But, you know, drinking and then going to the gym, for me, having a couple beers and go to the gym would never happen. Because of the issues that I have, it would be more like 10 or 12 beers, and I would get into a fight and be in fucking jail or kicked out of the fucking bar. Something stupid would happen. So these things, you know, to me, just have no place in bodybuilding or, you know, in fitness in general. They just don't. So my advice to you guys is, don't do anything stupid. Because you look back at this, and I wonder how many people in the gym knew there was something wrong with me when they saw me, because they see me on a daily basis, knew that, okay, he's on drugs. He's fucked up. Okay, he's fucked up on drugs. And kind of just brushed it off like, damn bodybuilders. These guys are fucked up, you know, which gives bodybuilding a bad name. So, BioStraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biostraining.com is the site. And this is the Don't Smoke Weed and Workout Bicep, and we're out.